Hi, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome to Leadership Liberation Podcast. So for today's video, I have chosen for episode 1, which is Reflect Your Leadership Truth. I've chosen my bold brand colors. I hope you enjoy. So we have the cobalt blue, bright orange, kind of accent color to that. I love my gold. The bright yellow. So for the base color, what I am going to choose is start with a little bit of yellow, this way. And then I wanted to work my way through a little bit of gold. Here we go. There we go. Okay, and then I'll get back to the remaining in a bit. Now, these two are my main colors. The bright orange. And my hope is, as you listen to the podcast, this needs to be the one spot where you come, where your stressors melt away, where it feels like you're deeply connecting to your essence, your creative self-expression, and it just feels right. It just feels like you're embodying something bigger than what your mind can understand currently. It's about really surpassing the outdated paradigms and limitations and the self-doubt and all your worries. In fact, I was in one of the articles in Fortune Well, and it really spoke about even 20 minutes of this artwork. That's all it takes to increase your lifespan. So this, my friend, is really to help you stress, to melt your stress away, one, but more so also for you to be embodying you. And I hope this, as I start, patiently moving my canvas, for the colors to really blend. My hopes is that you listen, you reflect, you enjoy, and then this really truly becomes a one spot that you come every single time. I hope you truly enjoy. I have created so many of these canvases now. I truly love that I get to do this with leaders. And the ideas that birth, because this is a time where you step into something called as solitude. It is silencing your thoughts. It's literally disconnecting from the busyness that you feel, from those racing thoughts. And this is just for you to embody, just be, to see your freshness and your beauty. And every time I create one of these, it just is a reminder that every piece that I create is such a beautiful expression of me, and it is so unique. Every piece becomes a masterpiece, and it's just so beautiful. What I can reflect on. And the effect of this dopamine, the effect of this happiness, joy, fulfillment, tremendous peace is not just like a little bit of dopamine hits, but when you sit, listen, do the deep reflection, I bet you, my friend, throughout the day, you feel different. You feel a certain connection to self, which is hard for me to, explain. That's why I want you to experience it, to see it, to feel it deeply, and to get connected deeply. And it's patience. It's just like seeing everything beautifully just melt away. It's seeing that your emotions, your overwhelm, and all of it is here. And the light is really not resisting it. It's really letting it all melt together so that there is light through this darkness, so that there is understanding, so that there is acceptance, so that there is flow. And the beautiful textures just remind you of your leadership truth. Sometimes it's the messiness. Sometimes it's the highs and the lows that we all get to ride. It's so beautiful, my friend. In fact, the Fortune Well article that I was part of that said, not just it increases your lifespan, not just this helps you with mindfulness, but also, there are a lot of benefits with your brain. And now, this, my true friend, is the reflection of my podcast. Look at its beauty. Look at this marvelous piece that's coming along. And I will be showing you the final piece and what it looks like. I will let it settle a little bit, and I hope you go listen to the episode 1 in detail on your favorite platform, be it Apple, Spotify, or even, listening on my website. I can't wait for you to dive deep in and for you to even send a review or even write an email at dinalobo@transformationalspark.ca and let me know what you think about this. Give me feedback, because that is huge. I love when leaders give me feedback, or even when they have the breakthroughs or some ideas birth through them, even, or you decide, maybe it's time for me to come and experience this as I listen to Dina. Maybe it's time for you to go do an art activity like this, and then share your photo, share your creative self-expression with me. I invite you to trust the process. I invite you to just be in the flow and just allow this to be. So for the final round, I'm just gonna empty or pour everything from this cup, especially on these edges. And every time I do this, it's just like so meaningful because I get deeply connected to the creative flow in me. Some of the biggest ideas, some of the biggest things that you want to perhaps achieve or accomplish, they don't come when you have racing thoughts. Those subtle nudges that you feel, or even connecting to higher consciousness, it's always when you can silence, when you can connect to that higher consciousness, and when you can connect to the true beauty of who you truly are. So let's keep going. Let's move it a little bit, and let's try to just cover all of the edges and let it do its magic. And sometimes it's also looking deeply inwards into some of the rhythms, some of the patterns. It's mind-blowing when leaders do this and they come up with, oh my gosh, I'm connecting with the story. This little rhythm and pattern that I see here, they connect maybe with something that just is pure joy, happiness. Maybe it's a childhood memory for them. Maybe it's a milestone for them, something very meaningful in their life. Maybe it's something that you're seeing in a dream. Like I had someone, when we did this, I had someone pictured to rise from, this phoenix bird, right, was rising from ashes. And sure enough, she had that going. So it's also pure intention behind why you're doing this, and also giving yourself permission to step into faith. I hope this beautifully describes the boldness. It's not the harshness, but it's also the natural, authentic essence of you that you can step into, that feels so unique, that feels so extraordinary, that feels like, gone are the days where you're wearing that mask and the facade. You want to step into your true unapologetic essence that you've always been. And now with this activity, it doesn't seem as far off anymore, you know. It's beautiful. It's beautiful just the way it is. And you just know when the life throws so many incidences at you, the only way making through all of this is to really accept, to sit, to reflect, to transform, and then lead boldly. And I just wanted to be extraordinary. I just wanted to do something different. As I reflect, as I talk, as I hit home to my listeners, I also want it to be where it's just a one spot for everything to melt away. For it to be this peace where you're sitting in your cozy, space, and it just feels right. It just feels right. It just feels something fresh that you're tapping into out of stagnation, chaos, confusion. It just feels like you can just look at this and just keep staring at it all day long, because this is you. This is your aura. This is your essence. This is your, realness, the rawness of who you can be. It's magical what art can do, who you can step into. This masterpiece is just a reminder of that high vibe, of the possibilities, of the deep yearnings you have, the deepest desire as soon as your feet hitting the ground when you wake up. Instead of that, that scariness of how do I get there? I don't know. I still feel stuck. I hope this helps you to truly embody and reflect and trust that there is more. There is possibility that you can tap into today. But the decision is yours to make. This is individual empowerment, you guys. I love that I gave myself permission to do this. It's a non-judgmental area where you just get to be. Things just flow through you so beautifully. It's courage. It's seeing courage. It's taking a leap of faith. It's knowing and being determined that there is more to life and I can seek help. This is the truth. I hope this, my friend, truly reflects, who you can be. This is me. This is my expression. These are the bold colors that I want to step into, and it has some deep meaning to it for me, It just is my soul frequency. It just lights me up. Okay, that's beauty. Now on the places where it's a little hard to get to, as it just makes its way to the corners, I have my final bright yellow to go with it. And it just feels so right. It just feels so good and so right. So my friend, that is what I will be doing finally. I will be going around and here a little bit. And over here.